Most people are playing on 1080p monitors. Some people with black bars, some stretched, some play at full 1080p. It's a popular topic of debate as to whether these different resolutions and aspect ratios actually help your gameplay or not. But what about higher refresh rates? Many people swear by their 120, 144 or even 180Hz monitors. It's easy to see why. You have more frames that you can see and therefore more information to work with, allowing you to respond, even if only slightly, quicker to things and generally fine-tune your gameplay. Well, that's the theory at least. My 144Hz monitor is an AOC G2460F. It's a 1080p TN panel. It's very cheap and you get what you pay for. The display port on my monitor is broken, so I had to use HDMI. Either none of my HDMI cables support 144Hz, or the monitor doesn't support 144Hz via HDMI, because it's only giving me 60Hz options. To get around this, I simply reduced the resolution to 720p and overclocked the monitor to 144Hz at that resolution. It's a fiddly workaround and means that some of the footage in this video is 720p. Sorry about that. First up, I did my usual warm-up routine with the monitor set to 144Hz at 720p. Once I'd finished that, I loaded up aimbots and timed how long it took for me to get 100 kills. And we have our time. This is how we can begin to measure whether 144Hz can really help your aim. Now to repeat the process at 144Hz. As soon as I switched the refresh rate up to 144Hz, it felt a million times easier to aim. Everything was more responsive. I felt like me and my mouse were a single entity, a single counter-terrorist destroying entity. It was as if nothing could stop me. They were dropping like flies with my newfound control and responsiveness. That's 100 kills, let's look at the time. Let's take a look at the average for 60Hz and 144Hz. It seems I was actually slightly quicker at 60Hz than 144Hz. I decided that we needed another benchmark. Aimbots is great, but it wasn't designed to be a benchmark. Bots respawn in random places and at set intervals, meaning that if you're quick enough you can actually run out of bots to kill. Not to mention, the bots respawning in random places means that some may be harder to kill than others. If you want a job done properly, do it yourself. Determined to establish once and for all whether 144Hz helps you aim better, I made my own benchmark. Not only does this mean the bots will spawn in the same place every time, but we have a timer that can start and stop itself, eliminating any unnecessary uncertainty in the recorded times. You can download this map from the Steam Workshop if you would like to have a go for yourself. Post down in the comments your times and the refresh rate you were using. It'll be interesting to see what sort of results people get. As I did with aimbots, I ran the test 3 times at 60Hz and 144Hz. Here are the results for each of those runs. Now we can compare the averages for both maps at both frequencies. After doing these tests, I'd established that I definitely prefer 144Hz. You can really notice the extra frames when playing any game that requires quick reactions. When aiming, it felt like I had better control, input felt more responsive and the visual feedback was clear. All things that made me think it would make a big difference to my aim. But in reality, the difference was incredibly minor. This doesn't mean that it didn't help my aim, or that it won't help yours. Any improvements it made for me were very small. But then again, I'm a relatively inexperienced player, For someone with a few thousand hours of playtime, the difference might be more extreme. Or perhaps, having a high refresh rate monitor does improve your gameplay in other ways besides aiming. Maybe that is something to look into in a future video. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!